welcome to Good Game Spawn Point, the show for gamers by gamers. I'm Bajo.
And I'm Hex.
And I am Darren. And today, we're having a party.
Absolutely, Darren. Time to jump on the couch with some friends. It's Mario Party 10.
Oh.
Guys, did you know that is the 10th game in the series?
Well, that's why it's called Mario Party 10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've got a cake baking just for the occasion, don't you, Darren?
Affirmative. Wait until you see its sugary magnificence.
Oh, I need it. Also, LEGO Ninjago Shadow of Ronin.
I think this guy would agree. Yeah, no kidding. Hey! Oh!
Okay, Darren, what glorious nugget of gaming trivia have you cooked up for us this week?
Hold on to your brains. It's time for Darren's Challenge. Today, I'm asking you this. What are the names of Sackboy's 3 sidekicks in Little Big Planet 3? Answer at the end of the show.
Oh, I know what they look like, but their names...
Let's have a think about it while Goose delivers us some amazing news.
Ooh.
Take it away, Goose.
Why, thank you guys. Goose here with all the gaming news from around the world. Minecraft's use as an educational tool has had some fresh momentum in Northern Ireland, where the game will be distributed freely to schools and libraries. The project is part of a government-funded culture tech festival, which will provide the game to more than 200 secondary schools and libraries. Spokesperson Mark Nagurski explained that the enthusiasm and creativity children exhibit in Minecraft makes it a significant learning opportunity. A Chinese father and his son have found a practical use for their love of robots, crafting giant transformer replicas using scrap metal. Using his fine arts background, Yutzi Lin made use of unwanted metal scraps and an abandoned factory to build the first robot sculpture, which took more than 3 years to create. Since then, he and his son have built several more and been able to create a local tourist business from it. And that's all the news for this week. Back to you guys in the studios.
Thank you, Goose. Now it's time to spin jitsu our way through LEGO Ninjago Shadow of Ronin.
The Dark Samurai Ronin is planning something sinister. He's stolen our heroes' memories. It's your job to help retrieve those memories and their obsidian weapons and save the day.
Yes, and like most LEGO games, there are a few playable characters, each with their own special skills. Along with the Whirlwind Spinjitzu Tornado, each of the 4 main ninjas has a different elemental power.
That's right. Kai can shoot fire, Jay can send out lightning strikes, Cole conjures boulders from the earth. It's all pretty nifty.
Oh, best of all, their leader is a robot. Zane commands the element of ice and is the only character who can swim, making him most useful.
Darren, Zane isn't their leader. If anything, Sensei Wu is.
These are the students you told me about?
Yeah, Zane is just a regular ninja.
Don't be silly. As a robot, his superior skills and chassis would make him the only logical choice for a leader, like with the 3 of us.
Darren, I think you'll find that we don't have a leader. We're an equal team working together.
Yeah, we're a team.
Let's discuss this later.
Right, okay. Well, speaking of teamwork, you'll need to use problem solving and a lot of teamwork to get through these puzzles. I need to pull that platform, but I need someone with a grappling hook. Nailed it. Hex, I thought this game felt impressively fleshed out for a handheld title.
Yeah, it does. It felt very similar to some of the bigger LEGO games we get on console.
Affirmative. While the actual maps aren't as expansive and the levels are rather short, the similarities make it feel like a rather complete experience.
Yeah, and there's still lots of little achievements and collectibles to go back and try for, which extends the game's length. The combat leaves a little bit to be desired, though. Using your Spinjitzu is essentially an automatic win against enemy grunts, and a small number of boss fights are only mildly challenging.
There's one thing I found really disappointing, you guys, and that's when you obtain the supposedly super powerful obsidian weapons, it makes no discernible difference to your power in battle.
Yeah, I thought I'd get to learn a new move or something, but no, it's just the same.
Disappointing.
Aside from the combat though, there's also some flying, driving and platforming sections, and these mix up the gameplay nicely. I found the platforming pretty floaty though.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes it takes a few goes just for simple jumps. Seems a bit silly.
Overall though, I think the game rocks along at a pretty good pace. Areas are varied, puzzles are snappy, and overall the difficulty is quite low, so it never felt tedious or too repetitive.
This game sticks pretty closely to that tried and tested LEGO formula, which is great. It's a great formula. It works well. But guys, I'm just starting to get a bit tired of it. It's starting to feel all the same to me.
I disagree. I think this game has enough variety and pace to keep it really fun. One thing I didn't like though was the dialogue. Oh. The humour in the LEGO games have always been a bit slapstick in a charming way. But this was just sarcastic and a little bit mean.
Worry not, young Jay. You have been in far more dangerous locations than this.
Okay, well, I'll just draw some comfort from those memories, shall I? Oh, that's right. I don't have them anymore.
It's time for some scores, you two.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to give this 2.5 out of 5 stars.
I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than you. I'm giving it 3 out of 5.
Now, I shall depart like a ninja in the darkest night. I've got a Darren report to file.
Okay.
Off I go. You'll never see me. Oh, stealthy.
So stealthy, Darren.
Where could I be? Am I over here?
I can
Am
see
I
you.
over there?
You're over there.
Wherever could I be?
It wasn't very stealthy at all.
Master of disguise. Hello and welcome to the Darren Report. Keep going. I love it. I deserve it. Today, we'll be looking at a very important aspect of video games. Story structure. At their core, games are about gameplay, the rules and play mechanics that a gamer interacts with. But as they've evolved, games will now often have a story too. So, what makes a good story? Conflict, drama, tension, a main character to identify with, and an arc, sometimes called the hero's journey. Stories that resonate typically have a hero that starts at a place of contentment, but is soon faced with a pressing need, a call to adventure. He or she must then enter a new situation or cross the threshold, find what they're looking for, pay a price for it, and return, having changed. This quest will typically take the hero into fantastical worlds where the normal rules of reality no longer apply. Once a story gets going, all the crazy things that can happen can make it feel a bit like a dream. This is no accident, for the hero's journey is ultimately a journey inwards to obtain the most precious treasure of all, knowledge and understanding. The end. I mean, that's a wrap for the Darren Report. Back to you, Bajo and Hex.
Okay, let's get answering and let's start things off with this one from Maid Woe Will Eat Your Brains, who is in Uranus outside Australia. Dear GGSP, I have 3 questions. 1. Can you get Spore without disc? 2. Is Minecraft PE going to have any new updates? 3. Can Hex do these faces? Oh!
Indeed, you can get Spore without a disc, Miss Maiden Uranus. It's available to download from a couple of online stores, with both Steam and Origin offering digital versions that you can buy.
You will, of course, need a grown-up to buy it for you, though. And secondly, yes, Minecraft PE is definitely going to get new updates.
Yes, we know that work is well underway on the next update. It's going to add fishing, bats, squids, 2-man boats, as well as all sorts of other stuff and bug fixes and whatnot.
And we know a lot of you have been wondering when they're going to be adding redstone into the Pocket Edition. And we have good news there, because redstone blocks are also finally getting added in.
Yes, but don't get too excited, because we're not sure if they're planning on adding in the actual redstone logic yet. So they may only be good for decoration, and the real thing might be an update or 2 away.
And we have no idea when that's coming out. They typically just release the updates once they're ready and they've squashed all the bugs that they can. Squash the bugs. Moving on now to this one, though, from Lord of Little Pugs, who is in Pugland, Queensland. I love pugs.
Pugs are pretty cute, aren't they? Yeah, they do run out of breath a lot, though. GGSP. Oh, it's hello. Can Badger answer my questions? I have 3 questions for you. If you don't answer correctly, I will send my pug army after you. Answer wisely. 1. Is Ori and the Blind Forest out on PS4 or PS Vita, and is there multiplayer on it? 2. Is there going to be a Doctor Who LEGO game or just a Doctor Who game? 3. What other games have you rated that have a perfect score, and are any of them on the PS4 or Vita? If you don't answer, I will turn you into little dogs. P.S. Hex, do these. P.P.S. Darren, do these. Let me just get him on the phone here. Pug Lord out. Hex, correct me if I'm wrong, but did Darren just admit that he's a noob?
He just said that he's a noob. He made it sound like faces, but he just said that he was a noob.
Oh, savor the moment. Delicious. Sorry to say, Lord of Pugs, but Ori is published by Microsoft, and in this case, that means it's only available on Microsoft systems. So you'll need an Xbox One or PC to play it, and it's coming to 360 at some point later in the year.
And no, there's no multiplayer, it's single player only. Also, sadly there's been no announcement about any LEGO Doctor Who games being developed.
Although recently it has been confirmed that they're making actual Doctor Who LEGO sets, which is a great step forwards in making a game eventually.
Yeah, so as for other Doctor Who games, well, there have been loads of them over the years, but I'm not aware of any new ones currently in development. Still, I'm sure there'll be more Doctor Who games to come in the future.
And lastly, I think there's only been one other game which we've given a perfect score to here on Spawn Point, and that was Portal 2.
Portal 2!
Oh, such good memories.
Great game.
Great game. And sadly, that's not on PS4 or Vita either. It is on PS3 though. But who knows, maybe it will be remastered for the current consoles. Everything else has been. It's a remaster-a-thon, Hex.
Well, sorry about that, Pug Lord. None of those were probably the answers that you wanted to hear. So, moving on to this one from King of Kings, who is in Perth, Western Australia.
The king of all kings.
Yeah, what kind of bow are you going to do for that?
Oh, well, the normal king bow is like a... So I guess the king of king bows will be like a...
Hey Gigi, I recently found out that there is going to be another Tony Hawk's game coming out this year. Do you have any information regarding it? Thank you ever so much. Well, Your Highness, that is true. There's not a whole lot of information out there about this game.
Yeah, all we know is that Tony Hawk himself confirmed there was a new game for consoles as well as a mobile game coming sometime this year.
Other than that, all he said was that he thinks fans of the old Pro Skater series will be hyped.
Ah, that's skating lingo for excited, I think.
Yeah.
Get hyped.
That's what the hip kids say, get hyped.
Are you hyped?
I'm so hyped.
I'm 50% hyped, I'm just hipped. So, well, we'd guess that means it's probably going to be a sort of back-to-basics game for the series. I'd say with tight controls and fast-paced action arcade skating around crazy levels. That's what we think anyway.
Yeah, but hopefully without any kind of ridiculous skateboard motion controller to go along with it. That was dumb.
That was silly.
But that's all we really know for now. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about it soon, though. And we may or may not be hyped. But now let's get to this one from Jake, who is in Yarra Glen, Victoria.
Oh, 51% hyped.
Really?
Yeah, just went up a bit.
What increased the percentage?
I thought about my old skateboarding days. I got the scar here from skateboarding. The scar. Because I was very bad at it. Oh, it was 49%. Bad memories. Almost died. Hi, good game. Can Darren answer this question? Can you name 5 spaceship fighting games like Faster Than Light?
All right, well, we better get Darren on the phone then.
Stop that dial, Hex. I'm a bit concerned about getting Darren on the phone after what happened last week with all that robo-spew.
Well, just don't ask him about roller coasters or the Oculus, and I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yes, all right then.
Hello, Darren speaking.
Hi, Darren.
Hey, Darren, it's Barger. How are you feeling? You're not feeling nauseous, are you?
Oh, negative. I'm feeling excellent. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm good. I've got a question here from Jake, and Jake has asked, can you name 5 spaceship fighting games like Faster Than Light?
Well, that's quite the challenge, Jake. FTL is a unique game in many ways, especially in regards to its combat. But I'm always up for a challenge, so let's just scan my databases for similar games you might enjoy. Scanning.
Darren, what about that mobile game Out There? You and Goose reviewed that a while back, didn't you? I mean, that was pretty much like FTL from memory.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, I was just about to say that, X. Out There has many similarities to FTL between its art style and its focus on randomized exploration. It's more about making tough decisions and resource management, however. The combat only ever boils down to making a choice from a small list of options, so in that regard, it's not at all like FTL.
Yeah, but I think it still counts as one potential match, Darren.
Affirmative. Scanning.
Oh, and what was that other mobile game called that we reviewed where you had to control a crew on a starship? I mean, that was a fair bit like FTL, wasn't it?
Yes, Star Command, I think it was.
Match found. Star Command.
Yeah, I just
Much
said that.
like FTL, a major focus of the game is on crew management, delegating your crew around the ship to man various stations. Also, like FTL, a large part of the game comes from deciding what stations to build and upgrade on your ship. Combat, however, boils down largely to timing-based minigames.
All right, well, that's two, Darren, but I think I've been doing most of the work with the suggestions here.
Negative. I was going to suggest those without your help. Scanning.
Well, I was just looking here on my phone at the game store, and I found this Superior Tactics RTS game. It looks a bit like FTL.
I found another match. Jake, you might enjoy Superior Tactics RTS.
Yeah, I just said that.
It has a similar art style to FTL. However, it's more of a real-time strategy game about controlling a fleet of ships in large battles. The campaign structure is also similar to FTL, where you work through randomized sectors, upgrading ships and equipment as you progress.
Yeah, that looks pretty interesting, Darren. But what about Elite
Elite
Dangerous?
Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous is what I was saying
I
in the
said it
words.
first. Oh, you all heard it. I said it first. Elite Dangerous is a combat flight sim and very different to FTL in most regards. But it has excellent space combat, a fully explorable galaxy, and a selection of ships for you to buy and command, so you may enjoy it.
All right, Darren, well, that's 4, and, I actually have a good 5th one that I could recommend.
Negative. Jake asked me to answer the question, Hex. I'm more than capable of finding a suitable suggestion. Scanning.
All right, what if I just gave you a hint, Darren?
Unnecessary. Scanning.
It starts with a G and it isn't out yet. Galactic Prince.
Galactic Princess. Oh.
No, Darren, you totally nailed that. Good job.
I'm pretty great, aren't I? Galactic Princess has some obvious FTL-like features, but still looks quite unique. You get to design your own spaceship and manage a crew while you freely explore the galaxy. The combat looks quite much like FTL's, however, with more of a focus on positioning and real-time action. It's due for release on PC in December of this year.
Well, thanks for all those great suggestions there, Darren. But on that note, we're out of time for this week. So if you'd like to ask us,
Or me.
or Darren, a question, then you can send them in here.
What's going on with you, Darren, today? You seem a little bit, I don't want to say slow, but you're not as...
Not so quick on the uptake
Yeah.
there.
All that robo spewing last week, it really took it out of me.
All right, you need to rehydrate, Darren. Rehydrate.
Affirmative.
Shall we go back to the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. See you soon.
Bye.
See you, bye.
Questions. Guys, it's been a while since we reviewed a Mario Party game. In fact, I think it was Mario Party 9 back in around 2012. So let's see how it stacks up with next gen on the Wii U with Mario Party 10.
Party 10 follows the same formula as the previous games in the series. You and other players from the Nintendo universe will make your way around virtual game boards peppered with surprises, mini-games, and sometimes traps.
That's right, Hex. There are 3 main game modes this time around: Mario Party, Bowser Party, and Amiibo Party. These modes all play a little differently and have their own unique gameplay elements.
Let's start with Mario Party mode. This is the traditional Mario Party game style, similar to previous titles. Each player takes their turn at rolling dice to advance on the map, with your goal being to finish the match with the most mini-stars.
Right you are, Barjo. I lamented that they decided to keep the mini-star mechanic for the series. This system began in Mario Party 9, but before that you would collect coins, which you would then use to buy stars. It was a more strategic system.
Yes, and you don't move separately on the board now either. You're all thrown into a vehicle such as a train or plane and move as one throughout the map. And it's just not as much fun.
Yeah, I agree. I was always a fan of characters making their way individually around the game boards too. It was just more exciting. What did you think of the mini-games?
Well, I thought the variety was quite good, but they're short and simple. Some mini-games would be over in just a few seconds, especially when the computer characters are playing. They're pretty bad at it.
The game does feel unusually luck-based, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought so too, Darren. I mean, I know that's kind of what Mario Party is, but here it just felt a little too unforgiving.
One mode that I did like, though, was Bowser Party. In this mode, you can control Bowser himself against up to 4 players, where your objective is to stop them reaching the superstar.
Bowser can stop the other team by catching up to the other players on the game board. If he manages to catch the other team, a 4 versus 1 minigame will take place, where the objective is to remove or keep as many hearts as you can, depending on which side you're on, of course.
Yeah, I really liked that mode. Playing as Bowser means you get to use the gamepad, and that just added a bit of strategy to the game. Plus, as Bowser, you can set hidden traps on the map in hopes that the other team will land on them.
Affirmative, Hex. Playing Bowser also means that you get to control him during the minigames. These can involve breathing fire on your foes, playing some Bowser bingo, and even hitting them with a hammer. However, this mode is fairly repetitive, and it lacks a decent number of minigames.
That's true, Darren. Sometimes I find myself playing the same ones in one match. There are also only 3 maps to choose from.
I know what you mean. We should talk about the final game mode though, Bajo, Amiibo Party. This mode puts you on a much smaller map and allows you to use an amiibo as your character in-game.
Amiibos. Sadly, guys, once again, I found the amiibos to be gimmicky and boring. Most of the time, you're just tapping them to the gamepad.
Affirmative, Bajo. For example, to even roll the die, you'll have to apply an amiibo to the gamepad, wait until the die spins up, and then raise it off the gamepad. Madness!
It is madness, Darren. I found it frustrating. It's just busy work.
Totally. Plus the mini-games all felt a little bit more watered down than they did in other modes as well. There's lots of motion control with you waggling and waving the Wiimote around to perform simple tasks like stacking blocks. Well, we should wrap this up, guys. Final thoughts?
Well, it's visually impressive. It's nice to have a next-gen Mario Party game, but the biggest part of this game, the mini-games, just aren't much fun, so I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, it just comes down to luck rather than skill way too often, so I'm giving it 2 as well.
Oh well, at least we can eat some cake.
Is it ready, Darren?
Ding!
Oh, it's Mario Mushroom Cake!
Oh, no, you didn't put actual mushrooms in it, gross.
It's a nutritional win. Mushrooms are full of iron.
Hey, Darren, save your facts for later. I've got cake to eat.
Oh, not for me, thanks, gross.
So how does it taste?
It's not great, Darren. It's not great.
Oh, I tried so hard.
Why are you still eating it?
It's cake. That's all I need. Darren, that was delicious, but maybe in future, please steer your recipes away from raw vegetables on top of cake.
I'll take that on board. Oh, at any rate, it's time for the answer to my challenge. At the start of the show, I asked you this. What are the names of Sackboy's 3 sidekicks in Little Big Planet 3? Oh, and the answer is Oddsock, Swoop, and Toggle.
And what a quirky little troop they are.
Next week on the show, we lose ourselves in the adventures of Poco Eco.
Kind of a music puzzle game, that one.
A music game? If you need anyone to sing, take a chance on me.
Darren, look, I think we'll be okay, but your suggestion is noted. Until next week, Bajo out.
Hex out.
Darren out. Oh, so what vegetables would you like me to put on my cake next time?
Oh, there's actually heaps of vegetables that work really well on cake. Pumpkin, carrot, like carrot cake.
Ooh, what about cake on cake? Double cake.
No, you can even put zucchini and brownies, actually.
What about triple cake, which is actually 3 cakes?
Oh, don't forget chocos in apple pies. That works.